If you thought you retired at 65, what do you think about being employed in heaven? Do you enjoy your job? If you can answer an enthusiastic yes, then you are one of only 15% of people, according to a 2018 Gallup poll. You will likely continue to enjoy working after retirement age, and you probably don't mind the idea of employment in heaven either. However, if you're part of the unhappy majority, this idea could well fill you with horror, something like my friend in last week's episode who thought she might have to put up with her ex-husband for eternity. So how do you reconcile that picture? It's probably worth thinking about why that 15% of people enjoy their work so much. The same article lists a few traits: meaningful work, a strengths-based environment, and high-quality interpersonal connections. These are why a job is enjoyed, and their lack is what makes a job miserable, but they're also what we crave as human beings. Life is better if we have these things as opposed to things like higher pay. Now, it's possible to trade these off. So, for example, if you have a relatively meaningless job but sufficient time to dedicate to some other use which brings you fulfillment, then you can probably manage. But I'd say that that is rare. So many of us are under the pump financially these days, so that more time means more work. Because instead of greater meaning, we've traded off meaning for more money, a bigger house in a better suburb, a more expensive education for the kids, and so on. And these are, by their very nature, not actually fulfilling at all. Now, whether you enjoy your work or not, I guess you could identify work which might tick those three boxes. Working at a job that makes a difference, for example. Doing something that you're recognised as being good at, alongside people whose company you enjoy. Now that will look different for everybody, but it would be heaven at work, wouldn't it? And what it looks like to work in heaven. As they say, find a job you enjoy and never work another day in your life. Now there's another idea that Swedenborg proposes which isn't covered in this chapter, and that is that even those in hell perform a use, that is, a meaningful function for the benefit of others, although they would likely hate the idea and deny it. And here's another related idea. By evil uses are understood all things which destroy the rational, making man unable to become spiritual. These things which do injury to man are called uses because they are also conducive to absorbing malignities and thus to curing them. Think about the way your body reacts to viruses. It learns to identify the invaders, and because it can identify them, it can destroy them and bring the body back into a state of health. And this is the reason wars and other evils are allowed to take place, so that we become aware of their existence and work to eradicate them. Swedenborg writes, "From birth, each of us is like a little hell in constant conflict with heaven. The Lord cannot rescue any of us from our hell unless we see that we are in it and want to be rescued. This cannot happen unless there are instances of permission that are caused by laws of divine providence. This is why there are lesser and greater wars." As always, you're welcome to read along with us or read ahead if you prefer. You may have questions you'd like to pose in the comments. Enjoy the journey.